and welcome to my channel. It's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and I thought I'd show you some little tweaks that have been done to my spare storage. Now, I still love this system, and the system and the way I do it hasn't changed. I've just made it a little prettier. So some of you may have seen when I did a de-kitting on my special diamonds, which are in like a photo box that's half the size. I have new labels. So this is one of the things I've done to make things a little bit prettier. Well, I say I've done. It's partly me. I got my daughter to create the labels. I've then stuck them on. So I've cut them and stuck them on. But for the specials, they have the colours of course, pink, black, etc. That's not the prettiest spot, but it's still a lot prettier. So that is what I've done with those. What I've also done with my Heaven and Earth designs, so this is my spares purely for my Heaven and Earth designs painting that I'm trying to use spares. All the colours that fit into that category are in here. So in here what I've basically got is just groups. So this is grouped into the hundreds. I actually don't have any 200s, so the card is back here. 300s, 400s, 500s, etc. So this allows me to find those spares without labelling them up with every colour out of the 239, because I don't need all of them. And as soon as a colour is finished on my Heaven and Earth designs, it goes into my normal spares. But these are a great way if maybe you're just starting to collect spares and you haven't got too many and don't want to go through every single DMC number, of which there's a flipping lot. I will tell you, it took me a few hours to get this pretty. But a shorter version is to do yourself a nice pretty label with 300, 400, 500, etc. These labels are available in my Facebook group for you to be able to print yourself at no charge, because my daughter already made them for me. So she shared the file. There are options to have them printed and sent to you as well, though there is of course a charge for that, and you will still need to cut the labels out yourself. Because these labels come on a full sticker sheet. Anyway, this is the pretty. So these are labelled with every single DMC number, and there's even an odd number that is used in diamond painting but has been discontinued in DMC. And then I'm sure I've got at least one that I think one company just made up. Anyway, I've gone through every number that I own, slash the ones that I don't own but I know are a DMC number, and created a label for each and every one. So we've even got B5200, which is the official DMC number. Some companies just use the 5200 on their diamond paintings, some say the B, but there's labels for all of those. There are some blank ones as well if you want to label up your AB diamonds, etc. if you use a company that uses AB diamonds regularly. But what I've also done, because you know, while I was there making it pretty, let's use the good idea that I saw somebody use. So the round sticker is my round diamonds, and then the rectangle sticker is my square diamonds. So for 150, I've relabeled. So I just took off my label that was like one of these and handwritten so that it looks nice and pretty and is bold. I've then made sure that I do have a paper insert in every single baggie that I've got in here. That just helps it to stand up when the diamond's pushed to the bottom. And then I've made sure that I have a round sticker numbering the rounds and a square numbering the squares. I know, sad, but I was there relabeling them anyway, so why not just sort out the stickers and the pieces of paper while I was there? I was doing it as something I was doing as I was de-kitting. I was popping in the bits of paper and making sure that they were all in each baggie as I went along. If I had any bags that also had maybe, so there was some that I did have extra little packets of diamonds and I'd been originally keeping them in their little packets. I emptied all of those as well. So they are purely all in bags. Some numbers have more than one. So B5200 for example, I actually have 2 lots of square and a lot of round. They are mixed and there is a shade difference in those. I'm not too bothered about that. It's what the company's labelled them as, and even though that is probably more of a 3865, I'm not renumbering stuff. They're just all getting put in the one bag. If I'm ever short on a painting, then I would tip these into a big tray and pick the ones that match the best. I don't think I'm ever going to use them enough that they have to be exact. So I don't want to have multiple bags of each if I can help it. The likes of 154, I do have 2 bags, but that's because one just got full. And you know, I will find more and more projects I can do with them. My Heaven and Earth design, I picked a cross stitch pattern that it didn't so much matter if the shading was a little bit off, because of the complexity of the pattern and because the amount of colours in it, you can't really tell if any of them are off, and that's primarily what I'm using my spares for now. So yeah, I now have spares boxes, all 3 of them. So this one is my 100 to 600. They all have cards with the pretty labels. Even if it's a number that I don't have any of, it has its own little card anyway, ready. And I just did these over the course of a few evenings. I just do a sticker sheet at a time. I think it works out that there's 9 sticker sheets. I dread to count how many actual stickers there are on each one. But how nice does that look now? I think they're bolder, they're easier to see what they are. And it's not my own handwriting that's not always in the centre or can be off. It still is on the labels. That was something that we potentially could have done, is created labels, because you can get sheets of printer labels that would have been small enough. However, you've then got the problem with multiples, and I don't want to be printing out ones every time I de-kit and need new ones. So at that point, it just was not worth it. I may as well write those. But yeah, that is my spare storage. If you've not seen my spare storage before, I do have videos on how I created them. I will link my second video, I think it was, on these, which is where I created extra boxes because I'd filled them up, and I needed to spread, because it does have all the measurements in there for you. But this really works for me, because if it gets too full and I need another box, I'm not having to redo all of this. I just cut myself 2 more card inserts and shuffle everything along. So it'll grow with you. I did use the binder method with the little baseball cards at first, but I think it was the likes of 310. I just ended up with too many and they wouldn't fit in, so what do you do then? This one will grow with you as you do more and more. There are many people that are on their first box. There are people like me that maybe have 3 or 4.5, if you count my Heaven and Earth design box as well. But yeah, I wanted to show you what it looked like finished. Sorry I didn't do it on camera, I was just sat in front of the TV. I did think about doing a whip and chat with it, but I had other stuff going on at the time and other videos already scheduled or to do. So I just got on and got it done so that it looks pretty. But oh, look at that. Look at that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I am sorry I've gone on a bit, but hopefully this sort of shows you how, if you're that way inclined, you can make things even prettier, which means when you put your paintings away, it just makes you smile a little bit more. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.